Hi there, sign of Leo. This is Kim here to do your next 3-day messages. So let's open up to your spirit guides and your angels for these messages. And they are always for your most high. Let's see. We have coming out, oh, summer. Okay, it's a good card for abundance here, Leo. Abundance, health, vitality, shit, and Venus. Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean, so we have this apple too that's in the middle of this tree, the summer tree. This is when your projects are growing the way that you're wanting to. Everything's in full bloom. Your health will be picking up. It will be doing good. You may feel like you have more energy than, we have been zapped out here lately with all of those solar storms that produce geomagnetic solar flares that produce geomagnetic storms. I got it backwards. I know they knocked me out for a few days, like even after it had passed. But so we're going through a lot of stuff right now. But you're definitely, wow, in alignment for abundance. This can be financial health, doing very good. Venus tapping you into the energy of Aphrodite, right? And love and pleasure. And wow, you have dissolution and you have sublimation. Wow. It's like you're skipping. It's like you're going to be able to skip a step is what I'm getting. Is what I'm getting here as your message. Leo is going to be able to skip some step, not bypass, but you know how if you put something out in very freezing temperature or cold temperature, like how sometimes the ice can go from ice to vapor, just like that. Like there's something here about something in your life is going to feel like everything, you allowed everything to dissolve. Okay, you have this huge Ace of Cups, this huge dissolution. So this is when you're kind of accepting like that everything can be as it is in the formless is what I'm getting. Like, so dissolving of the ego, dissolving of whatever. There's one expectation here I see in this reading, and it's to experience this pleasure of just simply being alive and transcending earthly concerns, worries, taking flight. So that energy is with you, and let it support you because it's here to help you, like I say, transcend any kind of issue that you would have here on earth. You're taking flight. And you're about to experience some really good things. So we'll go into tarot, and then I have the Sirens song. I think we should take a look at it to get some more specifics on maybe what is being allowed to dissolve or to go into formless state. Because it feels like if we're going to talk linear, it does feel like something dissolves and then you take flight. So more for Leo about these good things coming in. Even Venus, like with luxury, pleasure, enjoyment, feeling good, pleasures of the flesh. I mean, it's Venus. The Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. That's really nice. So this is about your stability and your foundation. And I just get the energy of like, look, I'm sticking to myself. I'm not allowing any kind of energy to come in and interfere. I'm protected. I'm spiritually protected. Armor up if it's necessary. And maybe even with your head down working, not talking to a lot of people because you're very focused on the money here. And you're like this Queen of Pentacles, she would just give anything to make sure that the people around her are safe, or that her life is in order. There's a certain groundedness and order here, like stability that I'm getting with this Queen of Pentacles. She's also very loving and she's kind. She has those flowers that represents that in her hair. And so without gender, man or woman, definitely Capricorn energy, very strong, right? So the Devil, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, all Capricorn, meaning that you're tapped into this planning mode. And yeah, we're not using genders. Let me just add that again. So this could be a man or a woman, but this ability to gently or easily receive what you need at this time and more. Very financially successful, a strategic plan in place that's that it has your foundation here is paying off. Okay, this is paying off here in a real way. Yeah. So whatever you're doing, you just keep doing it is the main message here, because you're building, and this is looking really good. More for Leo. Anything else? Do you have anything more for Leo? You do have something more for Leo. Just like that. Wow. Just like that Venus energy. And look at the Six of Wands, which I'm going to take it because this is a Leo card. So I'm definitely going to take it. And looks like, Leo, you have choices. You have options here. Seven of Cups. Oh, yeah. All right. So when I do readings for, when I do my Celtic cross and I see a Queen of Pentacles, I always am reminded that this person can really take care of themselves. They're actually the ideal partner or mate. You know, I want you by my side. You're successful. You're still attractive, compassionate. You know, you're that in your giving. You're so kind and giving. And that kind of is a Leo thing too, is to just kind of, well, we rule over the heart space. So it's like giving from the heart most of the time. You notice this apple here in both of these cards? I just noticed that. So we have an apple on the tree. Interesting. Two apples. What's that mean, Spirit? What's that mean? Other than, I mean, you know, take a bite and then some sort of knowledge is given to you. We have the snake in the background, but I don't think that this is, I think this is a good card about your choice. Your choices. In love, your choices here coming up like at a big crossroads. And it's interesting to, I mean, because there's a tree here, right? You have the tree, you have the green tree with the red apple from two different decks. How does that happen? From two different creators. That's crazy. Okay. I'm going to find out more about your choices, about your options, all right? Because they're good. And they're being brought together by this angel in the card, see? So there's something here that's it's a divine gift for you. And the Six of Wands, I said this is a Leo card because you're kind of standing out right now. I mean, this card shows people being in a parade. There's wreaths, there's confetti being thrown in the air. There's achievement here, and there's a feeling of like, yeah, you should give yourself a pat on the back, like you've done good. You've done good. Look, especially if you've been through a lot of spiritual work where things had to get dissolved, attachments had to be dissolved. That's not it's not easy work, and it seems like you did that because I'm reading. By the way, I'm reading this Four of Pentacles more so as stability, groundedness, and doing whatever it takes, even like if it means I'm shielding myself with the strongest spiritual protection at this time, because I have to have this goal done, whatever this is. Like, you've achieved it all, and other people can notice. So this could be admiration. You could be getting looks from other people. It could be something about your appearance could be standing out. There's achievements on more than one level here with this Six of Wands. Yeah, like I say, you have choices available to you, plenty of them. Five of Pentacles. So is that what the achievement is about? Oof. Yeah, I see. Okay, so I see an energy of somebody who didn't have much support to get to this type of success. I see a hardship type situation that, you know, triggered enlightenment, that might have triggered gifts and abilities to become stronger too. But this is like you achieving something that is very difficult. You've gone through something that not everybody ends up on top after going through. I must say that with this Five of Pentacles, it's giving me like they're giving me different ideas of different scenarios I can go through where once a person gets to this point, like where either things have gotten so bad or they've had, some trauma in their life, they turn to whatever they turn to. Like, I'm feeling like it's talking about being in a bad place with yourself and with life, and then pulling yourself up. And not only did you do that, but now this is like you absolutely transcended what is usually a problem that sticks around in people's lives or that is hard to shake off. And it can be different things, so I'm not really wanting to just specifically pick out one thing. But it can be a situation where something was a little messed up because there's a feeling of being very alone in this hardship or during this time. During this struggle. Okay, so you listen to Ascended Masters, right? You listen to the ones that said you can transcend it all. And so your information came from the Most High, I feel. That's maybe that's what this is saying too. Eight of Swords. Woof. Eight of Swords. They're just reminding me about what this card means to this particular maker. Because I don't know if I said it. These are Todd Alcott's decks. This is the Pulp Tarot. And I have his sci-fi deck too. But he has a guidebook for his tarot. And his Eight of Swords is a little different. There's a little bit of worry or concern in running through the mind because of being exiled or left for dead. And like that, I know it's a little extreme, but that's how he describes this feeling. Because it's not little, it's not something little to worry about. It's like, what do I do in this situation? Well, apparently you end up coming out on top in this situation, whatever this is. I feel like you're already in the process of this. And so there's these energies here that were like, stick right here, stay right here. You need to be restricted. Whatever it is, they had some kind of hand in you being in a Five of Pentacle energy. Maybe you did too yourself in some way, but there's this like no help, no thoughts that are going to be helpful except for what you're doing for yourself. So that was not easy. I feel like that situation, whatever this situation is that you have come out on top about, is one of those things that when you're 80 years old, hopefully 100 years old, right? When you're really old, one day you'll say, can't believe I had that much strength during this time in my life. You won't believe what I accomplished. It's something like that you're going to look back on and you're going to be so proud of yourself. I'm getting a very strong hint for some of you all, or most of you all, actually. It has to do with being grounded, and it has to do with financially being very stable and prosperous on your own. So this Fool on the bottom of the deck is somebody who is coming down the mountain because they have already been enlightened, or they've awoke, as you say that, awakened to something right here. So, and it gives you a new beginning. So it's like taking a leap of faith. That we're kind of, that feeling that you can get like during an awakening of, okay, now my body might feel like I'm dying, but like I'm in bliss and, and I'm all one. I've been in that state of mind before. That's the state of mind that the Fool is like, no matter what's happening, like I'm so excited about this new thing, or about this step forward in whatever direction this is. So there's going to be a big choice for you now. Tell me about this choice. 7 of Wands in the reverse. Oof. Yeah. Oh, wow. 8 of Wands too on the bottom. Okay, so This card is about a person who's been cornered in life somehow. The stresses of life, other people perhaps, in some way they were cornered. And when you see it in the reverse, that means to me that your energy has defeated these things that were stressing you out, or these people that were stressing you out. You have really good news. 8 of Wands. This change is in the air. Less stress is how I'm interpreting that this time. Less stress. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune too underneath that. We'll take it for the new cycle. And let's pull some from this deck here. So you have 8 of Wands, and that deck says changes in the air, and it means communication, communication of some kind that makes you feel like, oh wow, okay, so things are moving forward now. Maybe it's about freedom, maybe it's about movement, something picking up the pace. It can be about that too. And I have 8, so it might have something to do with your, not just spiritual growth, but your material growth too. Okay, good news. Another card that represents good news. And the rider is usually indicating that it's news about going somewhere, or that you're going to be going somewhere. So for some of you all, this take flight is going to be very literal here. And some of these things I'm talking about, just because it's the next 3-day energy, I'm talking about what is manifesting for you, and what is what the focus, I guess, needs to be on in the most positive way possible. Yeah, so I have a good gentleman here showing up, and I have a snake. And I have a snake. Who's the snake? Who's the snake? The snake can be I wonder if it's that good gentleman. I don't know. The snake in this deck is about kind of like a sociopathic energy. It's a person who's slanderous, or they don't mean well for you. It could be moving on away from a snake energy, or somebody that really wasn't actually supporting you. Interesting with your cards, right? 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7 are Leos. The 5's missing. So that means that, like say, you have overcome a lot of energies that tried to stop you or tried to get in the way of your focus. And there were flat out people here that were snakes. There were people that were either trying to say that they were your friends, they supported you, but were talking really bad, or were not wishing well on you. Like, they can cause problems, you know. So, yeah, they're telling me that there was some people that were expecting you to be stuck in place. Does that mean, what does that mean? There was some people that thought that they could get you stuck in a certain place, in a certain spot, and that you would be, I don't know, maybe even needing money, or needing some kind of something in order to be free. But they didn't like expect all of this good news to be coming to you in life. They didn't expect things to come so easily to you also, because I have the seahorse, which is the movement of the seahorse is gentle. All right, it doesn't necessarily go towards its food. It waits for the food to come to it. And so there's this feeling of, okay, well, Leo was patient. Maybe you walled yourself off in some way. Focused on you doing you, and because you did that, everything came to you. Your faith, it was your faith, and it was who you turned for guidance. So Leos I'm talking to are not going to a guidance counselor, or probably not not that you shouldn't, the way that sounded. I don't feel like you did. I feel like you listened to yourself, and you reached out to your spiritual guidance, and that may have been in the form of religious scripts and texts. I myself reach out to things like that to guide me, especially when it feels like somebody that was in a kind of a kind position, like should have always had your side or always had your back, or you feel like they do or feel like they did. Now there's like a link, and there's like, okay, why is this link tied to this person here of me being in this extra stressed, extra, if they actually mean the best for me, then why did this happen, ... why did this happen? And I don't feel like you're ruminating over that, though, because I don't see any, I mean, other than the Eight of Swords, okay, other than that situation, I don't see any other cards that indicate, like, actual distress through your own thought. I'm feeling like the Eight of Swords for these Leos I'm talking to right now has to do with interference. Oh, yeah, they weren't expecting you to change. I wasn't expecting the reading either to be in one of those positions where I'm like, okay, this is what they thought. I don't usually do that. Usually with the readings, I focus on you more. But when I pick up this much hardship or interference, then I know that there was something else that had a hand in it. Okay, so something went on. Yeah, they weren't expecting change. Now, they also have the fish and you have the water. So the changes that you're experiencing are going to lead you to prosperity, wealth. And this could be a really good move for you. Excuse me. Chakra, this could mean a move. It can mean that you have access to more wealth and wealth resources than anyone ever. You're going to blow like people's minds when it comes to that. Because I saw the Eight of Pentacles, and with this Venus sublimination, you're good at what you do. You're just good. An ending. Oof. Dang, Spirit. Master number 33, so associates with Neptune, associates with spiritual ascended masters, right? And I think that they're helping you put an ending to the hardship and the struggle and the interference of once and for all. Because here's the solution, here's the key, and you have it. And this is also about knowledge, right? And you're getting these two of these tree of knowledge references already in your reading. You have the key. It's been given to you. And you've been using it. And you've been using it. I don't know about what comes next for these people, for these energies. I don't usually like to dive into that information. But I can tell you that when somebody is of good heart, maybe their mind has been affected by something here, maybe in the past or something like that. But when somebody's heart is good, I believe that the spirits can tell, the Creator can tell, see through to the heart of any man. And if that energy gets exploited while down or anything like that, I wouldn't think that things are going to go too well for those people. Or it could be an energy. It could be one of those energies that is an entity that is that targets, But it's like you have you have mastery over this. You just see it as another energy now to deal with. It's just some disappointment with this person, I think, okay? This is what I'm getting. Is there's just some sadness or disappointment. But I think you understand the role that you're playing. And I don't think you are on the wrong side of history in your on your timeline here. No matter what's happened in the past or whatever. So, the person of fire, the trend-setting leader, confident visionary, catalyst, energetic entrepreneur, sexy, outgoing, creative, ruthless, courageous, and strong-willed, teacher, actress, entrepreneur, artist, and PR. That's you. Wow. 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 See, it's 2 9s. 9, 9. 9. Holy crap. We got 999, and I'm going to tell you what it means in that other deck that I have too. Okay, so 999 means that you're going to leave the past in the past, and that you thank it for all of the things that it taught you, even if sometimes it taught you about the fact that really we have ourselves to rely on here, and our connection with God is actually the most important connection that there is, that you can ever have. They're wanting to you to step into a unique plan that's just for you, and something that's still waiting to be fulfilled by you. It involves movement, but it involves you overcoming some type of, I'm going to even say some kind of darker energy, because that's what I'm feeling from that. I don't usually say that if I'm not going to see it, but I see it, I feel it here. So you've overcame a lot. Their spirit is saying here, like, look at us like your worry beads or your group of angels you have, and place each of your concerns in each of these beads. Give it to us. So cast your burdens aside, because you have a journey to get to, and your load must be light. That's what they're saying with this card. And you've stepped into, wow, the phoenix rising into your appropriate position as master. So you have mastery here. Discipline, working smart. It served you well. Now you have a commanding presence, and now you will be standing in that spot. And that's your rightful spot, right? So you were the phoenix, and the phoenix means that this is you having to annihilate everything, absolutely everything, or watch everything get annihilated, and have complete faith and trust that you are going to be transformed and have new shape, new body, new mind, new cells, new everything, new attitude, new perspective, new everything was necessary. Oh, and the change is 9 too. So, jeez. Let's get an angel number message for you. And if you would like to reach out for a private reading, I'm open for those. They are pre-recorded videos, and I give you a link, a private link. So just put in the checkout part, like after checkout, what you want to ask in the notes, and I'll get to it. And that's in the description box below. Thank you all for the support with those private readings, by the way. So let's see what we get. 55. Got some change. And 26 on the bottom with I am tactical. So I have master number 55, which says, and this is what they're wanting you to know, because change is right here, right above all of these 9s, and it says substantial change is in your future. Embrace the change. A need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. I am evolving. And that is why the change is here. So your numbers, I would say, are probably 33, 99, 99, and 55. All right, I'm sending you light and love. Bye.